There are changes that could affect thousands of TTC commuters. The Toronto Transit Commission has released its 5-year plan and 10-year outlook. In it, it recommends exclusive bus lanes along some of Toronto's most well-traveled routes. Routes the TTC has identified as some of the most congested include Dufferin Street, Eglinton Avenue East, Steeles Avenue West, Finch East, and Jane Street.
Really, it's about getting people around this city as quickly and efficiently as possible.
In doing so, the TTC is recommending dedicated priority bus lanes along with more buses on those roads.
We looked at 5 and sort of looked at them through the lens of city building, the demand that we have, so the number of people that travel on those routes, and the opportunities to really have really make a difference.
According to the TTC's 5-year service plan, nearly 250,000 commuters take the bus along the 5 routes daily. TTC officials also predict ridership will increase by 35 million riders by 2024.
Areas where we can't build additional LRTs or subways, for the time being at least, let's try putting people on more quick-moving buses that are given their own priority.
The TTC is using the $3 million King Street pilot project as an example, and while dedicated bus lanes could cost upwards of $40 million, the TTC says the success of the King Street pilot project could be mirrored in some suburban areas. But some transit advocates say that won't necessarily work.
We're talking about Dufferin, Eglinton, Steeles, Finch are very different streets from King Street in the downtown area. And one thing we learned with the King Street project was you've got to go block by block by block and look at the character of the street. Obviously, Finch Avenue is a very different place.
Big moves like what we saw with the King Street pilot, that whole story was really about prioritizing the streetcar and making the move to really facilitate movement for as many people as possible. Now's the time for us to look at some of our surface transit bus routes and try and do the same thing.
The report also outlines the installation of a streetcar queue jump lane on Lakeshore Boulevard at the Long Branch Loop and plans to install up to 3 new queue jump lanes each year. The report will be presented to the TTC board next week. If approved, it will be implemented over the next 5 years. In Toronto, Melissa Nakhavoly, City News.